Hello everybody. Today I would like to show you how to do a creative rock like stamp formation in concrete. Today what we're doing is building a slight little slab for a fireplace base. And what we got going here is, as you can see, we put a little frame around the area that we're building the concrete base for. And I have already poured all the concrete. And what I'm using is a regular black plastic bag that I cut open. What I'd like to show you here is, it's hard to see, but what we did is I just ran my fingers along in a semi-rock formation and just put a few mortar lines around in different areas throughout the concrete. After I put a plastic bag, I poured the concrete and then let the concrete set for about an hour or so. And then after I put the plaques down, I run some mortar lines with just my fingers inside there. And after I did that, what I did was just started stamping the plastic with my hand to make irregular surfaces in the concrete using my palm. And I just went over the whole surface area with my palm to get some bumpy formations inside the concrete. And now basically what I'm going to do is just pull the plastic up, kind of hard to see, but you can see where I ran some mortar lines, and then the concrete, of course, is just kind of irregular surfaces instead of a flat, smooth surface. You can see the little lines in there. Now we'll let this sit overnight, and then tomorrow what I'll do is hit all the rough areas with a grinding stone, knock it down just a little bit so it's a little smoother than it was, or than it is now. And then what we're going to do is take some concrete stain and go over this whole surface area and do a faux finish type staining method on it to make this concrete base look or resemble some type of rock surface. Once again, this is for a fireplace. They want it on a non-combustible surface area, so we cut a chunk out of the laminate wood flooring that we put in earlier. We'll let that cure and do a faux staining to it before we put the fireplace back in place. And we'll give you a quick view of that once we start that process. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Okay, today what we're doing is we got the stove installed, and and all the concrete is dried and cured. So today I'm going to start the faux finishing process to make these concrete slab resemble a stone look. And first what I did was I took some 1-2-3 primer and I mixed it 3-to-1 with some water, 1 part being the paint, 3 parts water, to make a real soupy type of paint. I don't want it to completely seal the concrete, as in having it completely white. I want it to just absorb into the concrete, so it seals it enough to where it's not chalky feel, and the additional colors will absorb yet still be bold enough to be have my finished look that I want. So it's going to take several coats, and each coat will be absorbing a little more than the rest. So in parts I'll even leave this a little thinner, other parts I'll put it on a little thicker, and so, but first I'll do this whole thing with a primer coat so that all the other coats adhere to it real well. Okay, now what we're doing is, after we prime the whole area with the watered down primer, I watered down some latex black paint, and I'm kind of doing the same thing, just going over the area to get some of the black into the indents. This is going to give a shadowed effect. I'm going to put it on kind of soupy and heavy. Then what I do is just take a rag and rub all the excess off of it. Basically what we want is the black to stay in all the crevices and cracks and try to get the rest of it off so it kind of resembles that texture there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some latex redwood stain and some gray and then probably a tan, and then finally I'll go over it with a ultra clear. So basically what you do is just get it on nice and heavy, and then wipe all the excess out. I'm going to make sure to tape your area off like I did here so you're not getting too much of an over mess.
Hey, don't do that.
Now after we went over it with the black, starting to add some reds, some grays, and we've got some tan. And this is kind of the pattern that we're trying to resemble. So I'll just keep going over it until I get those different colors of shades to come out inside of here. As you can see, it'll take several coats. Then after I'm happy with the color arrangement, I'll go over it with a stone mason ultra clear gloss sealer, seal it all down. We got real good light this evening, the artificial light. I'll get a few views of that during the daytime when we got some sunlight coming through the windows. We got it all coated up, and after all the paint dried, I went over all these mortar lines with some of the gray, and I just used my finger to paint those in, and then used my cloth to rub the edges out so it made it a little cleaner looking finish. And as I told you last night, we put the clear coat on after the gray mortar lines were completely dried. This was all latex paint, and then the clear coat was a polyurethane, and it took overnight to dry. So I removed all the tape. And now what we're doing with our stove is, the manufacturer says to do 2 small burns at about 225 to 250 degrees to help the paint cure on the stove, and then 1 larger burn that will get to about 375, 400 degrees, and that's going to help the paint that's on the stove cure. So our fireplace base and wood stove installation is just about complete. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.